Good afternoon and welcome again to the Hannover Messe Hydrogen Fuel Cells Batteries Group Exhibit. This afternoon I'm being joined by Lukas Rohleder, who's the Managing Director at Energy Saxony today. Thank you very much for joining us. And please feel free to grab a drink or catch one of the ladies who are coming by and get a drink, please. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For having me. Hi.
Perfect. So I'd like to first, I'll introduce your topic today, which is Energy Saxony is presenting research activities and energy storage solutions for Saxony. Can you please tell us a little bit about what it is that Energy Saxony does?
Yeah, sure, certainly. Thanks for having me in the first place, and I'm really happy that so many people are joining us here today. I've been here last year, and we were 4 on the stage, and it was maybe half as many people. So it's good to see that developing, and I can only say that it's also my impression from the last year's back that we've really developed this whole topic. But to your question, what is Energy Saxony? We are the Energy Technology Network, the cluster organization for everything related to energy technology in the Free State of Saxony in Germany. So from here, it's southeast direction. We have 4 million people living there, and if you're not familiar with German states, we have the highest density of research jobs per capita, and some of the highest spending in research publicly in the Free State. So we are definitely a place to go if you're looking for partners for research and development in energy technology. And we as a network are trying to combine those many aspects, bring people together to organize projects in all fields related, and come up with funding and support them to be more competitive and export more.
Of course. And can you tell us, speaking of your members, can you tell us about your member infrastructure, what sort of segments they're in and such?
Sure. In total, we're currently at 65 members and growing, and 2/3 of those are small and medium-sized enterprises, so that's the ones we're focusing on, that are really innovative small and medium-sized companies that are having first contacts with maybe universities, but are not really looking further away from the states, or not even on a national level. So we are supporting them, bringing them here to Hannover Messe as one example, but also coming up with project partners from other parts of Germany, or maybe even abroad. And so that's 2/3 of our members, and the others are big research institutes like the Fraunhofer institutes, several of them, and universities, all major universities from the Free State, and also larger corporations, which if you look for industry partners to showcase what you can do, it's always good to have some of them on board. So we're pretty broad in terms of membership.
And that's exactly what you need, not just in one sector or one specialty. So Energy Saxony has been coming here for about 5 years now.
Right.
And have you been coming with Energy Saxony since?
No, I've been here last year for the first time.
Last year? Okay, well, welcome for the second year then. And so as far as Energy Saxony goes, what is it that they've noticed that's happened in the past, from the past 5 years to now?
All right. Well, the thing is that we started out showing how small research projects are coming up, and how it's all publicly funded, and we're thinking that there's a big future ahead, but we don't really know where to use the storage options or the fuel cell technologies, where the industrial demand will really be. And that's been the development. If you now come to our booth and look, you will see so many examples of where you can use really innovative storage options and several types of fuel cell. It's great to see how far we've come. So now we know where to use it. Being cost competitive is still an issue here and there, but in terms of technology and making it use ready, we have come quite a far way. And I think events like this really contribute to that.
Absolutely, bring everybody together in one spot, especially this large and well-organized event. What are, if any, are there any challenges that you feel that you would like to mention?
Well, coming down with costs and even finding better solutions to come up with them. I think that everybody knows the hurdles, the obstacles there, and we're just trying to support everybody who's interested to overcome those.
Exactly, like you say, everybody knows the main hurdles, funding and so on. And speaking of the internationalization of Energy Saxony, what are your current markets?
Being maybe to give you a more broader spectrum, we've actually, as Energy Saxony, we started out about 7-8 years ago, actually being called Fuel Cell Initiative Saxony, and after a couple of years, we noticed if we want to show that the technologies we develop are only one part of the whole energy system that we were trying to establish. We need to be open to all sorts of renewable energy, to digitalization options, to we really have the broad picture in mind. So we not only changed the name, but really gained membership in other areas, not just focusing on fuel cells. And that's really the way to go. You cannot only look at the technical solution, you need to look at where it's being used. And coming from this technology development and use case development, we are now at a process where we can have a whole picture of energy solutions which is really suitable to take abroad. And since the Free State of Saxony is bordering Czech Republic and Poland, this is an easy goal to look for partners to export and find new cooperation partners, associations as well as companies and research institutes in those markets. There's a big connectivity to Czech Republic already, since the major utility is now being run by a Czech company, but Poland being the partner country of Hannover Messe is especially interesting to us, because I think we have a lot to show, because the development that we're currently undertaking in Saxony and in Germany as a whole is something that may be underway in Poland also in a couple of years.
So it's probably speaking of that and what to show. Are there any? I'm sure there are success stories that you can share with us.
Sure. As a network, it's been a long time coming, but we're happy to say we received now finally the funding for the wind node project. It's a federally funded project as part of the SynTech consortia by the Federal Ministry of Economics, and it is a consortium built of 50 partners, funded with almost 40 million euros, and out of those 40 million, 9 million are coming to Saxony, to a whole spectrum of organizations. And what we're trying to do in this big project is to show how we use digitalization as the Energiewende 2.0, so to speak. We've seen the start of more electricity in the market to up to now more than 30%, but we believe that digitalization is the key to go past 50%, past 60, 70%. There's the opportunity there, and as part of this project we show how for example, industry processes can be run more efficiently, that you have peak shaving as a cost benefit, or that you store more of the electricity that you produce yourself, that you use power to X opportunities like power to cold, which we're showcasing in one of those parts. What we're also trying to do is look at residential areas, how you have flexibility options in those, and we are really keen to be part of this national funded project to look at how we find the solutions to enable higher renewable energy in the electricity market.
So that's sort of your, that's sort of what you're doing in terms of the digitalization in the energy sector.
That's one part of this. What we're also seeing is that we have this landscape of settled utilities. They run by the municipalities most of the time, so the smaller ones that don't have the manpower, the infrastructure to work on digitalization's options. How do they find benefits for their own customers through digitalization? That's something that they really have a hard time to do. So we as a network, as an organization, we are working with them, bringing them together with startup organization, with research institutes to have a discussion on a state level to make them competitive in this new energy market. Many utilities are worried of how they're going to earn their money if everybody has solar panels on their roofs and is providing their own electricity. So that is a very interesting discussion that we're having, and we are underway to organize this in our area.
So speaking of that, what is the main focus of Energy Saxony then?
Well, it's finding being the platform for those discussions, and we're focusing on all areas: electricity production, the grid optimization, storage opportunities, solutions for energy efficiency, and even going into information security, which is a very important part of the discussion. You need to be convinced as a large energy consumer that your data is secure, however it's being used, and this is a good way forward. And we are happy that the Free State of Saxony is supporting us and seeing that as a great opportunity to make the companies fit for the new future.
Thank you. You have great technical solutions now, but could you expand on your value chains further? What are they doing from here on?
Right. Well, it's not just about developing energy technology solutions, it's also looking at the end of life. For example, we have a large production of solar panels in our Free State, and now, the question still is, how is recycling being done properly? Because some of the materials you want to reuse and recycle, so you need to be able to really recycle them. And the same goes for battery cells, which we are producing also in Saxony. They have a limited lifespan, so you want to reuse that. We are all focusing on this and involving the recycling industry as well into our network. And on the other hand, so this is the end of life, and looking at the first stage, so the mining, we are seeing that there's plans to start mining for lithium in Saxony, which would be a great opportunity to extend the value chains even in the beginning. If you have the lithium, it's short distances to the production facilities for the batteries, and it would be a good economic opportunity to have it all within our area. And of course, to showcase what we can do and be in a platform for export.
And you came here with a few members.
Right.
Of course, I saw that you're sharing a booth with a few members. Can you speak a little bit about the members and what it is that they do?
Yes, it brought Spectrum in. We have 8 exhibitors. This direction, if you want to come to us later on. Starting with the mechanical storage for wind turbines. If you have the case that your windmill has to be taken off the grid, and you can use the mechanical storage there to safely turn the windmill out of the wind, and even without any electricity currently there. But this is just a small solution. We have the Energy Agency from Saxony, one of our partners, who are focusing on electromobility, and they have a nice Volkswagen e-Golf, which you can look at our booth. And you maybe heard that Volkswagen just started producing the e-Golf in Dresden, which we are happy about, and we're working with Volkswagen and the city of Dresden to be a e-mobility showcase city, which is great. We're having great opportunities there, and we're happy to have the Saxon Energy Agency Saena with us to showcase one of these cars from VW. But you can also find the smallest fuel cell ever at our booth, which is a new development by Fraunhofer, IFAM and IKTS. You can look at it. It's small. It is very unique, and you can use it for many industrial use cases. What else do we have? We have we have new organizations that are focusing on coding for some parts for the fuel cells. So come along. You'll find many opportunities at our booth.
And one last thought. What is that you would like people to take away from this conversation they had with this afternoon?
Look at Saxony as a research hotspot in Germany, and if you're focusing on fuel cell and battery storage, look at our homepage at Energy Saxony. That leads you to all the organizations that are leading in Germany and Europe in some cases. We have great cooperation partners. Saxony should definitely be on your map.
Thank you very much. Our thanks to Lukas Rohleder, Managing Director of at Energy Saxony. And again, they're in booth E51, which is just down the hallway, one over. That's again booth E51. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And up next, I have my colleague Uli coming up. He will be having a discussion with Rouge Hydrogen Engineering, and the topic is the solution for labs, test beds, and other hydrogen users on-site production, storage, and release of hydrogen with RHH2's OSOD. Thank you very much.